guys, welcome back to our channel. I tried starting this vlog like 5 times and I get interrupted each time, but I'm hoping that this is gonna be the right one. But it's currently 10:42. Cadence is playing in the other room, so you might hear her, but other than that, Xander's currently sleeping. She's playing with Lightning McQueen and Max is what she wants you guys to know. But Xander's sleeping and I started putting groceries away, but I realized that maybe I should just give you a little grocery haul. I know in my past vlogs I've shown you guys a little bit of my Walmart hauls, but they're typically on the small side because I grocery shop once a week and on the weekends, and I'll typically buy the produce and the perishable items. This grocery haul that I just did yesterday is a bigger grocery haul. It has more of the dried goods and different things that I try to have on hand for my cooking needs, my cooking and baking. So this is going to be a little bit different. This isn't a produce and perishable haul. So I figured I'd show you what I got. So we are a family of 5 and I do a lot of cooking from scratch, I guess you could call it. So I don't buy a lot of snacky foods. If we want sweets or snacky things, I typically will just bake it myself. So this is really what our grocery hauls typically look like, aside from like I said, I didn't buy any perishables or like produce and stuff. One of the things I already did this morning was I took this big bag of ham that I bought because it's a lot cheaper to buy it in bulk, and I divided it up and I put it in smaller Ziploc bags. And what I do is I put it in the freezer, so when we want some sliced ham, I can just take these small bags out and defrost them as we need it, instead of trying to eat this ginormous bag of ham before it all goes bad, because that's like not possible. So that's one thing I already did, and I put the ham away. And after I show you everything that I have here laid out on the counter, I will show you some of the things that I've already had to put away in the fridge. So yeah, let's just get to it. I'm gonna start on this side right here and work my way this way, and then I'll come back to all of this because this is all not food related. But first thing I got, so I guess I did kind of get some produce. I got some garlic. I do plan on cutting all this up and mincing it and having it like pre-minced and ready in the fridge, because I like to buy the already minced garlic, but I know it's a lot cheaper if I just buy it like this and then do it myself. So I'm gonna do that eventually. I did buy 3 bags of raw sugar. Honestly, I feel like I probably should have bought a bigger bag. Like they had a bigger bag and I probably would have saved more. But I was shopping with all the kids yesterday and it was pretty hectic trying to do the brain work and the calculating and everything like that. So I just grabbed 3 of those bags. I grabbed 2 bags of these noodles. These are really good. They're like homemade noodles, as homemade as you can get for buying them at the store at least. For a bag like this, I think it was between $7 and $8. And so I'm like, man, I really need to just start making noodles myself, because it's easy and I could probably save quite a bit. So that's one of the things that I'd love to try one of these days, is actually making homemade noodles. I did get 2 bags of these chips. I have never had this brand before, but there was a deal for like a 2 for $3. And I know the blue chips are healthier for you, the blue corn. So I got those to try out, which I think they should be fine. We're not really chip picky, so got those to have with like homemade guac or salsa or something. Got this big box of soda crackers because I use soda crackers for like when I make chicken strips or whatever. I use this as the breading on the outside and it's super good. You just crush them up and add some seasoning to it, and that's what you use as the breading. I don't typically buy ramen noodle soup, but Jaden's been begging me so long to buy some. And I'm like, okay, we'll finally buy some, because I don't foresee myself actually making some homemade ramen anytime soon.
Some noodles for lunch?
Maybe. So I got 6 packs of those, 2 beef, 2 chicken, and 2 roast chicken. I did get 2 things of chicken broth. I like to have that on hand for like chilies and soups, and just there's a lot of recipes that this is good for. I got a can of baked beans, which I typically don't buy, but some of the chili recipes I've been making lately, it's been asking for baked beans, so I'm like, okay, it couldn't hurt having a big can of that on hand. I did get this big bag of seasoning called steak dust. We've bought this seasoning before in a shaker bottle, but it is just so much cheaper buying this big bag of it. Cadence is currently trying to open up a pack of gum that we got. Garlic salt, which Xander took the cap off. I think it's somewhere in the car. I got this big seasoning bottle of taco/burrito seasoning. And by the same company, I bought this ranch dressing mix. All right, now moving on to the non-food items. I grabbed this pack of batteries, which actually, before I get into all the other things, I do want to say that the grocery store that I went to yesterday is a local Amish grocery store. And I'm not sure exactly how they get their stock, but I know that they must buy pallets from stores like Target and stuff, because just some of the products that they get in is sort of a gamble. They don't always sell a lot of the same stuff when it comes to some of these higher, more popular brands, which I'll explain and it'll make sense as I'm showing you the stuff that I got. They do typically always have the same staple items like flour, sugar, all those things, but other household products can be random. So you just never know what you're gonna find, which actually makes it fun because it's kind of like a treasure hunt. And this specific day, I found a lot of goodies and the price is just insane. So, like I said, I got these batteries for 10 bucks, a lot cheaper than on Amazon. So I saved a couple dollars on that. I did get this scrubby thing, which I didn't really save money on this. You know, it's just a cute little dishwasher, dishes scrubby, oh my gosh. This sponge thing I use to scrub my dishes. Yes, there we go. I got a box of tissues because we needed that, but getting into all of the goodies and the things that I scored, I got this Genexa Infants Pain and Fever Reducer. This is always good to have on hand because, you know, we're going into winter and the sickness season, kind of. And I like to have this on hand anyway in case Xander gets a fever. But the good thing about this company is that it's a cleaner company. And so even though this is a painkiller, acetaminophen, or however you want to say that, this is a cleaner brand. And so I love this brand and I scored this for like $3.59. I know the box is damaged, but that doesn't bother me. Moving on to the next Genexa product, I got the acetaminophen for Daryl and I. This is like the adult version, extra strength. And so this is pretty much gonna like replace our Tylenol or whatever. It's equivalent to Tylenol, but cleaner ingredients. This was $3.99. Elderberry syrup. I buy this stuff through the winter anyway to give the kids. Even myself, this isn't the kids brand, but the dosage on here does tell you how much to give for kids and stuff. So I'm glad I scored this and I can use it just for the whole family. Probably not for Xander, but for the rest of us. So I got 3 bottles of this, $3.99 each. Big score on that. I got this Highlands Cold and Cough Daytime Syrup. They didn't have the nighttime one, but I was still excited to find this because this is also something that I typically buy and like to have in my medicine cabinet. So I got this for $4.99. The Nose Frida, I was not expecting to find this there. For $5.99, like what in the world? I do already have one, but I've had it since Cadence was a baby, and so I figured I might as well snag this one, and this will be my new replacement. It comes with the sucker and the saline spray and the filters, so I was excited to find this. Also excited about this BioIron Arnica. I've wanted to get into homeopathic medicine, but it's one of those things that can be on the expensive side if you just jump in and buy like a big kit. So when I saw these, I snagged these 2 boxes. These were the last 2 that they had. So Arnica is for muscle pain, stiffness, swelling from injuries and bruises. And got 2 boxes. They were $4.99 each. And then I also snagged 2 boxes of this. I'm not histaminum? I don't know. Probably butchering that. But for allergy relief, which Jaden kind of deals with allergies during the summertime and spring, maybe fall too, but anyways, this is good to have on hand. And then this was also a pretty big deal. I got this Baby Oillogic Stuffy Nose and Cough Vapor Bath. I've gotten roll-ons from this company before to roll on my kids whenever they've had colds and stuff, and I've loved it. It's worked really well. And I've wanted to buy this vapor bath before, but it's a pretty small bottle, and I don't know, I just was like, I don't know if it's worth it because I had alternative things that I could use. But I saw these at the store yesterday. Do you see that? $1.79. It's insane. I looked it up on Amazon, and these brand new are about $7 to $8 for this little bottle. And I was like, I know these probably don't last very long depending on how much you pour in the bath, but I snagged up all the bottles I could, which was 3 of them. So that's gonna come in handy when, if and when we get any sniffles this winter. One of the other really exciting things was this pipette. I always feel weird saying that. Pipette. Baby lotion for $1.69. Cool thing too is I typically buy this lotion, so it's not like I was like, you know how sometimes you buy something just because it's on sale even though it's not something you would normally buy? This is actually something that I buy, and only for $1.69, which is a lot cheaper than buying it brand new. So I snagged up 2 bottles of this baby lotion, which it's not just for Xander. Like, I can use this on the other kids, and I use this even on myself, and we really like this company. And this isn't anything special that I know of. I just grabbed some hand soap because I needed hand soap, so I got that. I did forget that I actually bought bananas, so that's there. I already put that away. And then I ended up getting these 2 bags of apples. So this one is the Ida Red, I think it's called. And then this one is the Gala apples. I do want to make like homemade applesauce, which I think I've shown in one of my vlogs before. Super simple if you have a crock pot. I mean, even if you don't, you can still make it. But super simple with a crock pot. I'm gonna make homemade applesauce, and I'm also hoping to maybe make some apple pie filling. I got this 25-pound bag of flour, which sounds crazy, but I saved a ton of money by buying it like in this amount. This was $15, and I use a lot of flour because 1, I bake bread weekly, 2, I bake our cookies and sweets and different things, and so I go through quite a bit of flour. I did buy a gallon of milk, as well as this giant roll of cheese. This is 6 pounds, and I think it was like $23 or something like that. But I do buy our cheese in bulk because it's also cheaper that way, and it's really good cheese. And then in our other fridge, I have cauliflower. So I guess I did get a few produce items that I forgot. I got 2 containers of eggs and this big box of chicken. I think this is a 40-pound box of chicken breast that I need to work on today. It's also one of those things that's a lot cheaper to buy in bulk, and they had a deal on it yesterday. So I think it's like 40 pounds of chicken breast for 60 bucks, I think is what it is. So I got that, and what I'm gonna do with that is I'm going to wash the chicken and separate it. I'm gonna put it in separate Ziploc bags and refreeze it. I mean, not refreeze it, but I'm gonna freeze it. And I'm thinking about also maybe taking some of that chicken and canning it, so I already have canned chicken ready to pop open and use for whatever recipe I need it for. So I think that is pretty much all that I got. You know what, I might have also gotten lettuce, but I think that's it. Yep, this was our grocery haul, plus a lot of extra stuff, like all those medicinal things I wouldn't typically buy, but the sugar, the flour, the noodles, those are all staples that I will buy over and over, and just not very often because, you know, I buy a bigger quantity at a time. If you have any questions as far as like recipes or anything, let me know. Also, would you guys be interested in seeing like what we eat in a day, or even if I make like a video of weekly meal planning? Just trying to gauge how interested you guys are in food and recipes and things like that, because that is a big portion of my life right now. Like I said, I do make pretty much everything from scratch, and that is a big part of my life right now. So, just not sure if you guys want to see any of that. I typically don't film I don't film much of that side of things. So, want to know if you guys want to see more of that type of stuff. But I'm gonna get to work and put this stuff away, and I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. It is much later. It's like many hours later. It is currently 4:45, something like that. And I have not picked up the camera all day, but I have had a productive day. I ended up canning some of the chicken that was in that box that I told you guys I was going to put in Ziploc bags and stuff. And I know I told you I thought about canning it. Well, I did. So I'm about to pull those jars out of the canner. And I also ran around and got a bunch of other stuff done. I put all the groceries away, which Caden's helped me do. And I've been doing laundry all day today, minus folding it. I'm gonna have to do a lot of folding tonight. But yeah, I'm slowing down for the day. Oh, Oh man, I'm slowing down for the day. Xander's napping, but we have to wake him up. But before I wake him up, I was like, let me go ahead and get these jars out of here. Uh-oh, what happened here? Something happened. It looks like there's like some stuff in the liquid. Can you see that? See how there's like residue stuff in there? Or whatever that is. Curious as to how that happened. Okay, hold on a second. Let me try to get these jars out. But anyways, canned chicken. Woohoo! So now these jars will be really easy to pull out on a day that I want to make like a soup or a chili and the chicken's just already cooked. And I pop open a jar and just use it.
Why did you decide to put them in jars?
Because I put them in jars and then we put it in this pot and then turned on the stove and it cooked the chicken in these jars. So now when we want to eat chicken, all we have to do is open up these jars. I have to check that one. Oh no. This one might be the culprit. So typically if I have a jar that has not sealed, when they're still hot, I'll turn them upside down and let it sit for a while. I mean, I'll let it sit upside down until the jar gets completely cooled. Thankfully, all these other jars have sealed. It's just these two that I'm not totally sure of. I mean, even if I had them right side up, they could have still sealed as they were cooling down, but I'm just gonna play it safe and turn them upside down and hope that this will help them seal. So I'm gonna leave them like that. I'm actually gonna place another towel over top just to kind of keep them warm longer. I don't know. I'm just gonna do that. We'll see. But yeah, now I gotta go wake up Xander because I don't want him to have such a long nap to where he's not gonna be sleepy later because that would not be fun. Wakey, wakey, exit bakey.
Wakey, wakey, as a bacon.
Gentle. You gotta do a nice awakening, not rude.
Hi, Xander.
Hi. Oh, big boy. Oh, my big boy. Okay. How was your little nap? Huh? It's probably close to an hour.
Zenda.
Zenda?
Zenda.
Hey, did you show them what you're having for a snack?
Hi,
What'd you ask for?
I don't know what they're called.
Apple?
Apple,
And what else?
chocolate chips.
Chocolate chips.
Xander.
She asked for
Zenda.
an apple and chocolate chips. Oh, my knee. My knee
Zenda.
hurts.
Zenda.
I'm only 28. I shouldn't be having knee pains. I have one knee that, I don't know. I don't even know what happened. Somehow I injured it or I don't know. Something's weak. Last week I had to take it easy because it hurt. It hurt so bad. I had to take it easy. I had to be careful with certain ways that I was sitting and everything, and it did get a little bit better. But just today I noticed that it's starting to do a clicking sound and it just feels, something in my knee feels loose. So I'm just like, no, is this what it's like getting old? I'm only 28. But also something really funny too, actually, that kind of goes along with this is last night I was on Facebook Marketplace in the middle of the night because this little dude still wakes up to nurse sometimes at night. And one of the first things that popped up on the marketplace was Fisher Price dollhouse, Fisher Price, and it's the Fisher Price Loving Family, I think is what it's called, which is a doll set that I had when I was younger, was obsessed with for a long time. And anyways, I saw that and I was like, oh my gosh, I'd love to get that for Cadence one day. And then I actually did a search into Marketplace to see how many people in this area were selling those dollhouses and the sets because they can be expensive. And I even checked eBay, and it's just crazy because on eBay and stuff, it's actually listed as vintage and 90s vintage, and then because it's 90s vintage, they can charge like 3 times what it's probably actually worth, or more than that. It's just crazy. And I'm like, wait a minute, 90s was not that long ago. We're not vintage yet. Like, what in the world? But it's funny. Sometimes it's fun to look on eBay and like find some of those Fisher Price toys that I grew up with. The nostalgia is real, and part of me is just like, I want to buy that. I want to buy those toys that I had growing up and like let my kids play with them. I mean, I probably would play with them too, but it would just be so cool. Plus those toys back in the day, like by Fisher Price, were like some of the most heavy duty toys ever. Huh? Yeah, you're so goofy. Oh my goodness. Did that chocolate chip hit you already? You're wearing it on your chin. Oh, you're goofy. I'm glad you're happy. I was really worried he was going to be grumpy. Oftentimes, if he has a late afternoon nap, he'll kind of be grumpy. Huh? Late afternoon naps are so hard. Right? But I did want to mention one more thing about the chicken, just in case you're curious about the process of it. I don't know if I've vlogged canning chicken before. I think I probably have. But just for information's sake, or I should say not you, but I canned the chicken at 10 psi for an hour. So, there you have it. Oh no! Are you crowd surfing on Mama? Huh? What do you think you're doing? You're a cute little dude, huh? You're a cute little dude. He's getting so big. He's getting so big. I should probably start making dinner. I tried asking Daryl if they would be home for dinner and he didn't know. He's still been pretty busy lately. They're done harvesting, but he's still been doing field work. And I asked him this morning, I'm like, how much longer till it's done? Because he's been putting in long days. He will go to work between 5 and 6 in the morning, and then he doesn't get home until 10 p.m. to midnight. He's been putting in long days. So I'm ready to have my husband back. Oh, but I should figure out if he knows when he's coming home. But I need to make dinner anyway because, you know, many humans gotta eat. I gotta eat. Since I talked about using soda crackers as the breading for chicken earlier, that's had like the chicken strips in my brain all day. And I'm like, you know what? That would actually be pretty good. And since I dealt with the chicken earlier today and it was already defrosted, I just kept some out. And I'm gonna make chicken strips. So maybe I'll film that process. Not that I feel like it's even anything that's super exciting or, I don't know, who knows. You probably don't care to watch me make chicken strips, but figured I'd show you guys how I do it in case you want an idea of something easy to make. Should we put on some music while Mommy makes dinner?